Len Bias was supposed to be one of the greatest players in NBA history, but tragedy struck before he had the opportunity to live out his dream. On today's episode of What If, we discuss the tragic story of Len Bias.
I mean, we used to call him Superman because that's what he appeared to be.
And the crowd will be in it every time Len Bias touches the ball.
Watch this!
Bias would have been to Jordan what Bird was to Magic.
He's made him from absolutely everywhere tonight. Line goes by, Hale reverse.
Born on November 18, 1963 in Landover, Maryland, Leonard Kevin Bias was not an immediate basketball star, as he got cut from his middle school team, and for some that would have derailed them, but for Len it propelled him as he worked tirelessly to improve his game, and it paid off as he became a star player at Northwestern High School in Hyattsville, Maryland, averaging 20 points and 12 rebounds per game as a senior, leading the Wildcats to the state championship and becoming one of the top high school players in the country. And after his stellar high school career, he had two offers from the University of Maryland and NC State, but ultimately he decided to stay home and take his talents to the University of Maryland to play for the legendary Lefty Giselle. But although he had a great and stellar high school career, he didn't have instant success at Maryland, as he only averaged 9 points and 4 rebounds per game as a freshman, and his coach Lefty Giselle felt like he was a raw and undisciplined player. And just like Len did when he got cut from his middle school team, he worked tirelessly and vigorously to not only improve his game but also his attitude and become a more mature player. And in his sophomore year, he took a step in his game as he averaged 15 points and 4 rebounds, winning ACC tournament MVP. And then in his junior year, he really became a dominant player as he averaged 19 points and 6 rebounds, leading the ACC in points per game and winning ACC Player of the Year. And then in his senior year, he became the best player in men's college basketball, averaging 23 points and 7 rebounds per game, winning another ACC Player of the Year, and being named a consensus first and second team All-American. And at this point, y'all, people thought he could become better than Michael Jordan, because Len Bias was 6'8", 220 pounds, and he really dazzled people with his elite athleticism, speed, leaping ability, jump shooting, and defensive versatility. At that point, we really hadn't seen a player like Len Bias before, because typically when you saw guys that had, this incredible athleticism, they were shorter. You didn't really see a lot of tall guys during that time, y'all, that had this type of athleticism, a leaping ability, and jump shooting ability that Len Bias had. I mean, he was truly the most dominant player in men's college basketball. And again, a lot of people at that time felt like he could become better than Michael Jordan. And we know that Michael Jordan had a stellar collegiate career at the University of North Carolina, and he and Len Bias really had some legendary battles during those mid-'80s. And a lot of people, again, y'all, felt like that Len Bias was destined for greatness. And because of his incredible collegiate career, the Boston Celtics drafted him with the second pick in the 1986 NBA draft, and he was viewed as being the guy that could really carry this franchise for years to come, because at that point, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Dennis Johnson, and Robert Parrish, they were getting older, and the Celtics really needed someone that could become the next face of their franchise, and that's exactly what Len Bias was expected to do. This was a great opportunity for him, because he got to learn from 4 future Hall of Fame players that had won championships before, players that had a ton of success before. And Larry Bird was incredibly excited when the Celtics drafted Len Bias, because he felt like, that he could have a reduced role on the team, that he wouldn't have to play as much, because now they were drafting a guy that had, brought some much needed athleticism and shooting ability to their team. And so on paper, y'all, seemed like it was going to be a match made in heaven. And then the next day, he continued to celebrate getting drafted into the NBA, which is his lifelong dream, as he signed a deal with Reebok. And it seemed like Len Bias was truly going to be an elite NBA player for years to come. But then, y'all, the following day on June 19th, tragedy struck as Len Bias unfortunately passed away due to a cocaine overdose. And I think that was truly one of the saddest moments in NBA history, y'all, because you're looking at a guy that really had to work his way to get to the point he was at. Again, this is a guy that got cut from his middle school team. Then his first year at the University of Maryland, he didn't get a lot of playing time, but he continued to just improve his game and get better as a person and player, and establish himself as the most dominant player in men's college basketball. And then he was going to have the opportunity, y'all, to play with Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Dennis Johnson, and Robert Parrish. But just 2 days after he got drafted, y'all, all that went away. And again, I think this is truly one of the saddest moments in not just NBA history, but in sports history, because when you see a guy that just, had to overcome the things that Len Bias went through, and he finally, y'all, was at the point where he was ready to be able to live out his lifelong dream. And unfortunately, it was taken away from him before he had an opportunity to really become a great NBA player, and this just absolutely devastated everyone. And on June 30th, 1986, the Celtics honored Len Bias with a memorial service in which his unused Celtics jersey was given to his mother. And just like that, y'all, the career of Len Bias was over before it truly began. And I think this is the biggest what if in NBA history, because I think Len Bias would have become one of the greatest players in NBA history again, y'all. Just at that time, it was rare to see a guy of his size, of his stature, have the athleticism, the leaping ability, the speed, the agility, and the jump shooting ability that he had. Again, a lot of people felt like he could have been better than Michael Jordan. I think that, the Celtics would have had a ton of success with Len Bias, because again, even as Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, and Dennis Johnson start to age and get older, Len Bias, y'all, would have been their franchise player. He really could have helped the Celtics through, the late 80s and early 90s. Remember when they really struggled, because after Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Dennis Johnson, Robert Parrish started to age and get older, the Celtics had a period where they were one of the worst teams in the NBA. They were picking top 3, top 5 in the draft, and I don't think that would have occurred if Len Bias was there. And then also, y'all, I just think the battles that he and Michael Jordan would have had would have been so legendary, just like their days at college when Michael Jordan was at UNC, Len Bias was at Maryland. Just the absolute duels that they had, y'all, would have been epic to see. And then also, I think Len Bias, y'all, would have been a great ambassador for the NBA, because he not only was a great player, but he's also a great person, great young man. And this was just truly a tragedy, y'all. I cannot believe that it's been 40 years. Today marks the 40th anniversary since Len Bias was drafted in the NBA. And 2 days from now, on June 19th, it would also mark the 40th anniversary since he tragically lost his life. And man, I just hope that Len Bias is resting, y'all. I hope his family is finally able to get some closure, because unfortunately, due to his death, it did bring some awareness to drug use in the United States of America. And so although he passed away, y'all, he did help bring some awareness to drug use in the United States, which definitely helped change our country for the better. And in conclusion, I truly feel like this is the saddest story in sports, because Len Bias had so much potential, and I hope that this video has helped bring awareness to who he truly was, because I think there's been a lot of false narratives about who Len Bias was. But y'all, he was a great player, he was an even better man, and he would have had a legendary career in the NBA. And Len Bias, I hope you are sleeping well, my brother. So there you have it. This is me discussing the tragic story of Len Bias and why he could have become one of the greatest players in NBA history. If y'all like this type of video, please hit that sub button, hit that like button, and drop a comment in the comment box below. Remember, y'all, laugh good messages of what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm in them, and I love y'all. God bless. Peace.